Alright guys, this is basically going to be a review video on a knife sharpener that I picked up last week. I bought this thing off of Amazon for roughly right around 11 bucks. And I basically just needed something cheap and inexpensive to sharpen my pocket knives with. This is my daily carry knife that I carry every day. And it was getting to the point where it was so dull that you really couldn't even use it anymore. I have a sharpening stone, but I'm just not good enough with it to really get a good edge on a knife to really get it sharpened up real good. So this is quick, easy, and it works. I believe the brand on this, I wish I still had the box. I threw it away. The brand was Gorilla brand knife sharpener. And this has 3 different stages on it. This first one here, it says repair. The middle one, it says sharpen. And then this one here, it says polish on it. These are the ceramic ones here. So basically this one here, if you got a knife that has a really boogered up bad edge on it, you can use that repair on that before you actually sharpen it, and it basically puts a new edge on the knife before you actually go through and sharpen it up real good. It gets your angle down to where you need it to be. So this knife here, I've already sharpened it. I tried it on this one here because this was a different metal. This is actually stainless steel. This was an old Winchester knife that I had. The brand has worn off on it. I've had it for years. But it sharpened the stainless steel really nice. It's just got a real sharp edge on that. And like I said, I've had this knife for years as well. It's gone through a lot of abuse over the years. I also ran this small little hatchet that I have. I ran that through there. I took this out Saturday. I actually split some logs with this Saturday after I sharpened it. It's still got a pretty good edge on it. But we went fishing Saturday, so I figured what the hell, I'd go ahead and try this on there too. I wasn't sure if it was even going to work or not, but it did sharpen it up. That thing there, I actually ran through. I ran it through the repair on that one before I did anything to it as far as sharpening. So basically, I'm just going to run this through here real quick, you guys. There's a couple things that I did notice about this knife sharpener. It says to run it through 3 to 5 times on your blade. One thing that I did notice is if you run it through just with it flat like this, it doesn't work as good as if you lift the blade up a little bit. If you get a little bit of an angle on it when you run it through, I noticed that it bites into the steel a little bit more, and it actually sharpens the blade up better. So when you run it through, don't keep it flat, lift it up just a hair, and it actually puts a better edge on it. Now you can actually see on that blade, there's actually debris on it where it took some of that material off. And that's actually a pretty good edge right there for how many times I just ran that through there. Now one thing you do want to do is after you run it through that, take some of that debris off of there before you run it through the polished side to get that stuff out of your way. Because this is a lot finer over here, and you don't want that grit in there messing up your edge. So basically just run that down through there just like you did the other one. That come out pretty good. Go ahead and wipe that off again. Now, I know on a lot of these sharpening videos, you always see the guys when they take the piece of paper and they shave the paper down to show how sharp it is. That's fine and everything, but I never do that. I always just take it like this. Don't go long ways with your fingers. Don't go this direction. Just take your fingers and kind of just go down on that edge like this. And if you can feel that edge grab into the prints on your fingers, it'll grab into your fingerprints. You can tell that knife is a sharp knife. That's how I've always done it by. Years ago, that's how my dad always told me how to check and see if a knife was sharp, so that's just the way I've always done it. And that sucker's nice and sharp. One more thing that I will show you guys about this sharpener. Yeah, so you can see some of that debris on there even, where it took some of that metal off of that blade. One thing about this is you can take this out. It's got like a little dimple right here where you can grab a hold of it, front and back. You can take that out of there and just knock all the stuff out of it. You can knock all that debris out of there. And you can also turn it this way. Turn it around either way. It's got like a little rubber thing on the bottom. Same thing back here. So anyways, that's going to be it, guys. I wanted to show you guys this sharpener. Like I said, Gorilla Brain on Amazon. I'll leave a link to the sharpener in the description if you guys do want to buy one. $11, and it's not a waste of money.